I have a question for the Minneapolis rioters, and that is this. What example are you giving to your children and all the other future generations, particularly the young men? Because, let's face it, young men are like any kind of tool or sword from the medieval ages. They have to go through a fire, and when they come out of the fire is when they are best forged. And the fires are there, don't get me wrong. That hasn't changed. The fires are different, yes, absolutely. The fires are different from back then. But the fires are still there. But the problem is there's no one to forge our young men when they come out of the fire or through the fire. Because you were all out there looting an AutoZone, burning down public housing, and stealing 52-inch LCD, OLED, freaking scratch my ass and brush my teeth at the same time TVs. But what does that have to do with justice, number one? How does that advance George Floyd's cause? How does putting that new starter that you stole out of AutoZone before you burned it down stick it to the man on George Floyd's behalf? How? It doesn't. It is an opportunity for you to break the law under the guise of something good. You see, many things in history have been done in the guise of good. But you got to take a step back. You got to stop your feelings and your emotions from taking over, my God. Because right now, you are the example to our future generations. You, the men who are rioting and burning down buildings and looting and trying to break into pawn shops and breaking car windows of people, just random cars parked along the side of the street. What did any of these people do to you or have anything to do with George Floyd? I will guarantee you every business owner and every car owner whose property you have damaged and stolen from probably agrees that the George Floyd thing was a horrible thing. I think that's pretty polarizing. I haven't heard anybody who said that they agreed that it was a good thing. In fact, everybody is pretty horrified by it. The only argument is to what degree of culpability do we hold the officer or officers or all of them or etc., etc. So you're out there saying that you care for lives, but at the same time you're destroying innocent lives. How do you know that there isn't that single mother with her car parked out there on the road and you have smashed it and destroyed it and she doesn't have the money to fix her car, so now she can't go to work, and during this horrible COVID-19 thing that is, wow. And you haven't just affected her, you've affected her kids. But you don't think about that because you don't take a step back. So I ask you why? What are you advancing? What is your cause? Do you have a single person that can speak for you as a whole, or is it just herd mentality and all of you have lost your damn fucking minds? Is it just stupidity? What is it? I don't understand. Do you not see what your actions are doing? I know you think that you are protesting, but you are not. You're rioting. You're hurting people that are innocent. And in the same breath, you're saying that you're fighting for lives. Yeah. A lot of people in history have said that they were doing what they did for the greater good. A lot of people have. I just wonder if you've thought about this. Have you? Have you thought about anybody else? And I understand. I know you're enraged. I was angry. I watched the video and it was hard. I feel you. I know. Fuck, I've been there, man. I came from the school of hard knocks. I've lived through that shit. And worse. I've got the scars to prove it. But you gotta learn to take a step back. What example are you giving the future generation? Is this how you want your kids to act? And then you want to wonder why, well, why is my child going to jail? Wait, weren't you rioting and looting and showing your kid that this is the way you handle things? What did you expect? Even if you don't know it, even if you don't realize it, you influence your children with your actions. They see it. And they may not even say anything. You may not even know that they've seen it. But a good rule of thumb is this. You should always do the right thing. Not because anybody's watching. Not because there's any kind of reward. But you should always do the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do. I know it's hard. Because you always feel like you're going to be on the shit end of every stick. But that's the trick with freedom. You can go left and right. And I care about you guys, man. And I see you guys destroying your lives and the lives around you. And I think to you, well, have you thought about this? And it's hard. I know you got to stick to your guns. And you always feel like you're going to get the shit end of the stick. You're going to get the raw end of the deal because you are working within the proper bounds. You are doing it the proper direction. And it always seems like the people who break the law and things like that get the advantage somehow. Right? But they don't. It just seems that way. But if you take a step back and you relax and you stop and you think about it a little bit, I think you would realize that your efforts would be much better used if you could collectively and peaceably gather and show a display of unity, peace, multiple races, multiple ages, multiple backgrounds, all gathered peaceably, and say your piece. Then I think maybe you'll be heard. Because right now, all you're being is seen. And what we see is not good. Because we can only see what is right there threatening us right now. And that's you protesting and rioting. And then you want us to focus on Floyd. I know. I want to focus on Floyd. But you're not letting anybody. Because you're caught up in your own damn fucking selfish bullshit. And you can't see the forest through the trees. Like they used to say, the only way to do a thing is to do a thing. God, I've been waiting to say that for a long time. I love you guys. I care about you. I'm just asking you to think a little bit. Save yourself some trouble. Save your cause some trouble. Save your friends some trouble. And be a good example to the future generation. And I know it's tough. But you gotta stick by your guns when you're doing the right thing. No matter how much it seems like doing the wrong thing is the right thing. It ain't the right thing. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.